Bob Dylan's draft lyrics for Mr. Tambourine Man sell for $500K, a peek into musical history. Hey there, rock stars! Welcome to Trending Moment Now, your one-stop channel for everything entertaining, intriguing, and occasionally mind-blowing. And today's spotlight shines on none other than one of music's greatest icons, Bob Dylan. That's right, Mr. Tambourine Man himself is making headlines again, not with a new song, but with something even more fascinating and historic. A draft of his legendary lyrics sold at auction for an eye-popping $500,000. $500,000 for a few yellow sheets of paper, you say? Well, these aren't just any sheets. They're a glimpse into the raw, unfiltered genius of one of the most influential songwriters of all time. With 3 typewritten drafts of Mr. Tambourine Man, covered in Dylan's own handwritten notes, this auction offers us a rare opportunity to explore the creative process of a legend. Bob Dylan's draft lyrics for Mr. Tambourine Man sell for $500K, a peek into musical history. To truly appreciate the value of these drafts, let's travel back to March 1964. Picture it. Dylan is at the home of music journalist Al Aronowitz, seeking solitude to craft what would become one of the most significant songs in music history. Armed with a typewriter and his boundless creativity, he works feverishly, typing, rewriting, crumpling drafts, and filling up Aronowitz's wastebasket. Determined not to let history get away, Aronowitz salvaged those discarded drafts, smoothing them out and filing them as if he knew, even then, that they'd one day represent a piece of music history. We can't help but feel gratitude for his foresight, because today, those crumpled yellow pages are tangible proof of Dylan's creative genius. Stop and think about how inspiring this is. Dylan wasn't born a legend whose first drafts were sheer perfection. The fact that he wrestled with his thoughts, faced false starts, and refined his ideas feels so relatable. Raise your hand if your laptop or desk is full of unfinished projects with working titles like Untitled Doc Hash 23, because same here. But unlike most of us, Dylan powered through his doubts and revisions to create pure magic. Mr. Tambourine Man was officially released in 1965, and it became an instant classic, cementing Dylan's place as one of the greatest songwriters of all time. Bob Dylan's draft lyrics for Mr. Tambourine Man sell for $500K, a peek into musical history. Dylan's version was powerful, but just 1 month later, the Byrds, yes, the Byrds with a Y, took it to another level. Their electric folk rock rendition skyrocketed to #1 on both the US and UK charts, marking the first Dylan composition to hit such heights on the Billboard rankings. It was a defining moment in pop culture history that established Dylan not just as a songwriter, but as an artist whose works transcend barriers between artists and genres. But wait, there's more! The $500,000 draft wasn't the only Dylan treasure to grace this Nashville auction. Other items included a rich, textured oil painting from 1968, which fetched an incredible $88,900. And let's not forget Dylan's effortlessly cool Levi's denim jacket from the 1987 musical drama Hearts of Fire. That iconic piece of wearable history went for a cool $25,400. All combined, these sales brought in a staggering $1.5 million. If you needed proof that Dylan's legacy transcends his lyrics, there it is. Art, fashion, and even discarded drafts, all sharing in the magnetic pull of his name. Bob Dylan's draft lyrics for Mr. Tambourine Man sell for $500K, a peek into musical history. Why does this matter so much? Because it's a reminder of how much Bob Dylan, and music itself, means to generations of fans. He didn't just write songs, he defined movements, reflected changing times, and became a voice for countless people yearning to express something deeper. These items sold at auction are more than just collectibles. They're artifacts of creativity that connect us to the emotions, struggles, and triumphs of not only Dylan's journey, but also our collective human experience. Every yellowed scrap of paper, Every faded jacket holds a story that resonates in ways music lovers and pop culture fans can't help but cherish. So, let's step back for a moment and think about what Dylan's drafts teach us. Creativity is messy. It's not about perfection or getting it right on the first try. It's about experimenting, revising, and trusting the process. Even one of the greatest musicians of all time had false starts and crumpled drafts. And in those discarded pieces, we see the grit that led to genius. As someone who's been stuck in the endless loop of brainstorming, I find it comforting and motivating that someone as brilliant as Dylan didn't hit a masterpiece on the first try. If you're out there staring at a blank screen or struggling with your first draft, just remember, crumpled notes today could become legendary achievements tomorrow. Of course, we want to hear from you, our incredible audience of pop culture enthusiasts and Dylan fans. What's your favorite Bob Dylan song? Would you ever spend $500,000 on a draft of music history? Let us know in the comments, because we're all about creating a community where ideas, creativity, and nostalgia come together. Also, if you're as inspired by Bob Dylan as we are, give this video a like. Not only does it send a rock on to the YouTube algorithm to show this video to more awesome folks like you, but it's also a way to help us bring you more stories that celebrate the magic of creativity and pop culture history. And while you're at it, subscribe to our channel, TrendingMomentNow, for more moments like this. From music history to blockbuster hits to modern-day pop culture trends, we've got you covered. Bob Dylan's draft lyrics for Mr. Tambourine Man. Sell for $500K. A peek into musical history. Dylan reminds us that creativity is a journey worth exploring. From auction drafts to timeless songs, his artistry transcends generations and reminds us all to find magic in the little things. Until next time, keep rocking, keep dreaming, and keep chasing your creative sparks. Trending Moment Now